Fina Loves. It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from V Entertainment News. So yes, I sat down, I did the review of Married in Medicine. I did. And I was about to upload it, but then Mariah hopped on Instagram Live and did over 35 minutes. And she basically touched almost on every point I was going to touch on. So I was like, yeah, there's no need to upload, the review. It's already Thursday. It's late. I already uploaded the Mariah video, but I'm still getting messages in my DMs like, we don't care, still upload it anyways because we love to hear your point of view. So I'm going to throw it at the end of this video, and it's late, but it's your choice to listen to it or not listen to it. Either way, I appreciate you all for the love and support. But child, let me make this part real quick because the review's a little long, so I don't want to make this video too long. But click the link in the description below and go and listen. Well, some of you probably already listened to and watched, Dr. G and his interview on V103 out here in Atlanta. I know that, he was hyper. His attorney was there. The interview wasn't that long, but it was a little long, but it was almost like they were not really talking about nothing. It was all over the place. I don't know if it's like Dr. G, like I said in the previous video, did not want to bash Quad. He was still being careful, and he also have to understand they are still going through it in court. So his attorney was probably there telling him, there's certain things you can't say because we don't need a lawsuit. Like, we just want this divorce to go through and you can move on, she can move on. We don't need you saying anything extra that could prolong the process. But basically in the interview, if you didn't hear it, the first part that just had everyone's mouth on the floor was the fact that they've been living in separate rooms. Quad is behaving like on the new season, this is all brand new. Like, she moved in the guest bedroom this season. Really? Quad and Dr. G got married in 2012, and what he was saying in the interview is that 2 years after they got married, in 2014, she moved into the guest bedroom. And so that's a long time. I mean, we're in 2018, in 2017, and part of this year, while they were filming, Quad was behaving like, this was her first time sleeping in a guest bedroom, and all of this was new to her. When Dr. G is saying, no, this is what we've been doing for years. He said that as a man, it's very embarrassing, and especially as a prideful man, it was very embarrassing. It would have been embarrassing to him to sit on that stage at the reunion and put it out there that, for all of these years, he and his wife sleep in separate rooms, and that they basically didn't have any intimacy, and that's why he didn't say anything. But instead, he went ahead and talked about, the whole hotel situation. So once again, I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to be the bad guy, but, I'm going to protect Quad and protect, my marriage. And the hotel situation did not lead to him protecting his marriage, of course. But I'm saying he could have thrown her under the bus and say, okay, yes, we have issues, we argue, but do you know that since 2014, Quad been sleeping in the guest bedroom, and that we have absolutely no intimacy whatsoever? That would have been a shocker. I don't know. This season is brand new, so we have to wait, because I'm not sure if this was ever revealed. Because if it was revealed within the season, then I don't think he will feel the need to go and do an interview. I'm not even sure if, the season is brand new, so let me stop, okay? Because so far it looks like, he's completely being phased out of the show. But hopefully he's giving airtime to explain his side of the story. And you know what? The reunion is not taped too far in advance like the show. So this interview, this would definitely be brought up in a reunion. Although, let's just say it wasn't a part of the show, and they did not film him revealing this. And he would definitely be asking those questions at the reunion. Why did you move out of your marital bedroom? And is that true? And so, you know how she talks is going to have an answer for that. So I am looking forward to the season and the reunion and all of that good stuff. But poor Dr. G. He got his ways, and I stand by them not having kids and bringing kids in this toxic situation. He got his ways, but I don't feel like he's lying about this part. But in 2018, that's a long time to be sleeping in separate beds, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Because in his interview, he claimed that, he got his practices, he's doing well, he got money. He's never seen a check from the show. Like, this is my wife, this is what she wants to do. Good. Quad gets to keep every penny. So you can't even come at the guy and say, okay, he stayed on the show because that check was nice. So he wasn't even on there because of a check. So he was just there to support his wife. So that poor man been going through a lot. Now, I'm not saying that justify the emotional abuse and both of them going at each other. But dang, no wonder he was so tense. It's not funny, but it's like, no wonder, because this whole time I'm just like, yes, Quad, yes, girl, best decision ever. Don't bring no kid in a toxic situation. And I still stand by that. But I wish they did this earlier. I heard Mariah, I posted an Instagram live, so go listen to that as well. Yes, fight for your marriage and all of that, but wow, I guess Dr. G, at this point, I'm still not here for certain things he's done, but I respect him even more because he stayed on the show for Quad. My wife wanted to further her career. My wife wanted to do A, B, and C, so I'm going to stay on the show. But he didn't need the show. And he could have told her a long time ago, I want a divorce and quit. But he stayed while his wife is in one room and he's in another room. Since 2000, that is crazy. I mean, now I understand it's not the same, but it's like the same. It's like the Simone living in a different house. And I mean, Quad used to be talking about that. And this girl is just like walking around like proudly like, yes, this happened. I know the show is filmed a little while in advance, so let's just say 2017. Like yes. Basically I moved out of the room. I'm in the guest bedroom, but child, that's been your room since 2000. That part. He did talk about the part about, the hotel and all of that happened. So basically, they went to the room. I'm not going to get into it because regardless, yes, he left and, nothing happened, but that part. So Quad was basically just looking for sympathy and a way to like get out without looking like she didn't fight for her marriage. And so that right there was just the icing on the cake, like no pun intended, but like, yes, I can use this, to move on and everyone will be, cool with me. But he's just been hanging on in there, hoping for the best, still trying to support his wife, even though she's been. So his whole point was, I get it, we're still legally married. She's running around here telling all of these stories. But to be honest with you, our marriage been over since we out of our marital bedroom and been sleeping by herself. And basically we've just been fronting so Quad can collect her checks. And like I said, the respect is completely there for him because I will understand if he was getting a dime. He said he doesn't understand. Quad is on TV talking about, in order to be single, you have to do the work to be single, sign the papers. But he said that's not the case. The case is Quad is asking for money, even though he's been doing everything in the household. and she's kept every single Married to Medicine paycheck. So then why you still need my money for? Basically. But I get it when you're married, okay, and the divorce is going on, and depending on who got what, whatever the case might be, I see it all the time. So this is not no unique situation, the quad, where, oh my gosh, you want money. It happens all the time. Either in majority of the cases, the wife, gets, exactly. So I understand. But so he basically just stayed on the show for her because they had to keep signing on, and signing contracts and things like that. And Mariah on her Instagram Live was just like the reason why Quad been dragging the divorce. And I said this, most of the other shows, even though they have like housewives and things in the title, you basically, for Married to Medicine, you have to be married to medicine. You have to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? So I like that about that show. Like the title really match what it is. It's not like, okay, we're gonna, like Basketball Wives. I mean, how many of them are married on there? You know what I'm saying? Or The Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. So she's like, that's why Quad been holding off on the divorce and just been hanging out in the house all this time because she had to be married to medicine. At this point, she's Quad. No matter what happens, most people know who she is. She have another show on TV daily. She will be just fine without the show. Her name is out there. She's accomplished exactly what she wanted to accomplish. So even if, once her divorce is finalized and she's no longer married to medicine, she'll be just fine because she's exactly where she's always wanted to be. Wow. This is not a complete shocker because Mariah been talking about, Quad being a user forever and all of that. So, it's like a shocker about them. But then again, it's not really shocking because they've been fighting for so long that it's like, yeah, those two are going through a lot behind closed doors. So, wow, But I'm going to go ahead and get into the review. Mariah did a long Instagram Live, if you missed it, on this topic. So if I'm not really going in on Quad or there are other important points that I missed, it's because I already did a video on this. Mariah already touched every point. I just wanted to, just throw my 2 cents in there. But let's go ahead and get into the review that I did days ago that you guys have been asking for. What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. Now, after posting, almost like over 30 minutes video from Mariah Instagram Live, I was like, should I really upload my review? Because Mariah basically touched on every point. But you know what? I promised that I was going to do a review after every single episode. So I'm going to keep my word. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you did not see the video with Mariah Child, you missed so much. I know it's long, but it's not me talking. She's actually on Instagram Live, and it did not even feel like 35 minutes, honestly, because it just felt like I was sitting there watching my good girlfriend just spill some tea. Because Mariah, she have her ways and all of that, but she was spilling a lot of tea and just having a conversation. It's a fun video. So yeah, but let's get into this one. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Dr. Contessa. I understand the whole trying to be calm and cool. I'm a doctor. My daughter is choking. I knew what to do. Okay, but yeah, let's not front. As a parent, I could see in her eyes she was nervous. She was scared. I was nervous too for her. You know what I'm saying? So the whole, I just did this. I'm like, girl, bye. You were nervous. I mean, which is okay. That's your child choking. So I'm going to try to go in order. Okay, so that was that with her. She's doing good. She's back at work, she and her husband, and just doing their best to balance their family. So it's not really much there to see about Dr. Contessa, but I'm glad that, her family's doing well and her daughter, is fine. You got to watch them kids, man. They be so fast. But anyways, Dr. Heavenly and her husband. This is my thing, okay, with the whole situation of Mariah accusation. Mariah apologized on Hollywood Unlocked. She wasn't apologizing because what she said was wrong or she lied. She was apologizing because it's not her place to tell their business. And, it's almost like, outing somebody. It's not, her place to say he cheated. How, even though she wasn't on TV at the time, but her husband, cheated as well. And, the ladies did not know. So with all of this going on, one of the top comments you will read is, "Child, Mariah don't play. I know it ain't doing nothing stupid," and all of that. So when she revealed that at the early stages of the relationship, they two went through the whole, infidelity issues and all of that, people were shocked. But it was her place where she felt comfortable and she felt like Jackie needed her, and Jackie needed to hear that. Because sometimes when you're going through situations and your friends trying to give you advice, but you feel like you've never, been in my shoes or walk a day in my shoe, like the connection is just not there until somebody can say, "You know what? I've been there. This happened to me." And I felt like it was an amazing breakthrough moment when Mariah did that, because Jackie was like, "Well, my God, I had no clue the way how they look happy. Everything looked great. If she can do it, I can do it too." Also too, Heavenly hosting, the whole couples retreat situation. But then the moment her husband tried to open his mouth and she's interrupting him because she doesn't want their business spilled out there. We found out last season that, she got pregnant, they got married. No big deal. They're still married. Everything is all good. All right. I'm not here to judge anybody. But what Mariah is coming from is, don't be so quick to talk about other people's spouses and try to put your man on the pedestal. You know what I'm saying? When you live in a glass house as well. Now, Heavenly husband, like the Damon reaction, I understand. Even if he did cheat, but what did I do to Mariah so bad for her to talk about me, right? So I understand where he was coming from. Yeah, I don't know. Heavenly, you need to go watch that Mariah video, because Mariah was like, he's not God. You over here, congratulations to Quad, and she's doing her thing and all of that with her show. So her coin ain't gonna stop. But with her going through a divorce and all of that, she have one season, right, for the divorce to get finalized and all of that. But after that, I think Quad, will be done with the show, because if she's not married to Medicine anymore, then there's no reason for Quad to be on the show. Now, if you watch Mariah live, one of the new doctors, send like a message or a comment while she was on live. So it looks like they are bringing in, a new doctor that's going to probably phase out Quad's relationship. So we shall see. In our Instagram live, Mariah also said that at the end of the season, you will be seeing Lisa Nicole. Yes, child, if you missed it, go watch it. She was spilling all types of tea, and you will be seeing Lisa Nicole. And that she said exactly what I've been saying in all of my reviews and all of my extra videos, that I think at this point, Lisa Nicole was needed, to come back, whether it's just for one episode, if she's going to return for next season, because now most of the ladies can understand and see, where she was coming from and what she was going through and why she's stuck by her husband's side. Because even like the Jackie, who was one of the most, she was very harsh towards Lisa Nicole, is now staying in her marriage with a man who cheated and disrespected her publicly. Jackie did say that if it wasn't publicly and there were no pictures, she would have never, ever exposed that her husband cheated, because, she's on this pedestal and all of that. Now, Mariah and Heavenly were also on Hollywood Unlocked. So if you just type in Hollywood Unlocked and go to videos and go through their recent interviews, you will see that they also spilled a lot on there as well. And what they were saying is that certain people get certain things edited because the show is typecast. So Jackie is seen as the more, put together one. So if she was to freak out on camera, go off, or do something that's not normally in her character, that the show would cut that out. They would delete that, because Jackie was, her casting was, you're gonna be the one that, bring people together and be the classy one and all of that, which is crazy to me. And so Mariah did talk about, what, I love Jackie and all of that, but I don't think she's too real, and you have to be real. So, and then also too, Toya, nice that Toya and Eugene are still doing good. She's doing everything to uplift her man. It looks like financially they're doing great. So, she's still staying true to Toya and still throwing parties and things like that. I did not like what she did. I did not like what she did to Dr. Contessa. I understand. I get it. It's a show and drama is needed and the storyline is needed and all of that. I get it. And I know they're all in it, okay? Because what are the odds that at the party, that's when you're picking up your dad at listen, we know how these things work. Yes, reality TV, quotation marks out, we get it. But we know some of these things are put together. Like really, at the party, while there's filming going on, that's when the call comes in from the airport. Okay, whatever, bye. So that whole scene was just like, to me, yes, there's some truth and real in it, but it was just like, yeah, you can just tell there was just too much acting going on. But if it was, real and that situation truly happened, Toya definitely overreacted and she was just team too much, and I love how Dr. Contessa's husband stood up for her without being disrespectful to the ladies, without calling them out of their name and all of that. So, that was cool. Mariah pulling Dr. Jackie line, that was fun. As you can see, Jackie and Heavenly are close now and all of that. But that line that Mariah said, I'm a doctor, I don't talk to dentists. Jackie said that in like the beginning, the first season or something like that. Yeah, completely. That's why they laughed so hard. Not because, yes, Mariah is funny and what she said was funny, but it's because she was basically throwing Jackie line in Heavenly's face. And it worked. They were cool and all of that. Back to Simone, I get it, but you have to make up your mind, sweetheart. You have to make up your mind. I know forgiveness takes time. It takes time. It's not easy and all of that. But you have to make up your mind. It can't be, I'm not going to be intimate with my husband and all of that. But then, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying if Caesar was to do anything stupid that he's in the right to do any of that. Absolutely not. Because I stand on, if you're legally separated, the marriage is over, and there's no possibility in any leaks of reconciliation, then why you're waiting for the legal documents and all of that? Because sometimes, especially rich people, divorce can take a while as far as the dividing of property and all of that. So while you're still waiting for the legal documents to get signed, I don't see anything wrong with moving on with your life and seeing other people. It's done, it's over. But if you're in Dr. Jackie and Kurt and her husband Curtis stage, or you're in Dr. Simone and Cecil stage, that's different. They're working on their marriage. Even though divorce was on the table, it's not on the table anymore. They're working. There's a possibility of reconciliation that is different. But Quad and Dr. G is over. They're legally separated. She filed for divorce. They're fighting over pots, spoon, pans, and who chair it is and who mattress and bed it is. So move on your life. There's nothing wrong with it. I get it. There's some people who like legal documents, you're still married. That's a sin. That's absolutely wrong. He can't do that. There's some people who divorce battle lasted for 5, 6, 7 years. So for 5, 6, 7 years, you are not supposed to have a life or move on because someone want to keep taking you to court to fight over who house it is, who pan it is, who pot it is, who spoon it is. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If it's done, it's done. Move on. Like I said, however, if it looks like you guys working it out, then that's cheating. And that's where Jackie was. And for the people who are saying, but we don't understand, Jackie encouraged him to go and get another woman, but then she's mad. It looked like they were really trying to work it out. And then he stepped outside of their agreement and went with somebody else. So that's that. But, it was nice to see all of the guys come together. Talk to Mariah making the jokes about Heavenly greasy wig. She said in her Instagram live that it was Crisco down the oil. She's so messy. And then Heavenly starts counting Mariah teeth, talking about she spent about 20 grams. Tell me why Mariah said Heavenly needs to be counting her carbs, y'all. Oh, I'm not even gonna laugh at that. You already know this picture right here, Heavenly and her husband. I mean, Heavenly slimmed down a lot. Her husband, yeah, he's not up there, but he's still, but this is there before. So she's still very sensitive about her weight. But hey, if you go speak on somebody's husband, then don't be shocked when they speak on your husband. You're going to speak on someone's weight, their teeth, their body parts, anything. Don't be shocked when they go there with you. It's like me stepping out of my positivity zone and coming for another YouTube page. Then why should I be shocked if they come back and just do something? You know what I'm saying? So just stay in your lane, be happy, but know that when you come for people, you then have no say-so or control on how they clap back. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be like, oh my God, like, nah, then keep your mouth shut. Like, of all of the things that Heavenly could have said to Mariah, the first place she chose to go was what her husband package looked like. Like, first of all, how do you know what it looked like? You know what I'm saying? She just says some stupid things sometimes. But anyways, overall, decent episode. Like I said, every episode don't have to be people fighting each other, beating each other up, jumping on tables for it to be a nice and a hot episode. It was a very well balanced episode. The first episode was like boom in your face, and the second one was well balanced. They had a little bit of drama, but it had good dialogue. So I like where they're going with all of this. I talked about Toya, Quad, Mariah, Heavenly, Jackie, Simone, Contessa. So I didn't leave anyone out. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, my Vienna loves. Thank you all for the love and support. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.